So you found the house you love, and now comes the bit that's equal parts exciting and terrifying, making an offer. This is where a lot of buyers either nail it completely or lose their heads. I'm Grant. I'm an estate agent here in Grantham. I make these videos just for people like you to help make the process smoother. If you find this useful, hit the subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let's start with homework, because this is where confident offers are born. A lot of buyers look at asking prices and think that's the full story, but the asking price is often just the seller's wish list. What you really want to know is what similar homes in the same area have actually sold for. Sites like Rightmove and Land Registry will give you recent sold prices, and that's hard evidence you can walk into negotiations with. Having that information is like walking into an exam already knowing half the answers. And if you want this whole process broken down step by step, you can download my free buyer's guide in the description below. It's packed with tips to help you feel confident at every stage. Once you've done your research, have a proper word with the estate agent handling the sale. This is where you get the inside scoop. And if there are other offers already on the table, whether the seller needs a quick move and if they sound open to negotiation. It's a bit like reading between the lines. Sometimes you can tell straight away if there's room to maneuver. Sometimes you realize you need to come in sharper. And while we're here, let me know in the comments how you're finding the buying process so far. I'd love to hear your experience. Back to offers. The golden rule is to decide your maximum budget before you make any move. Work out the absolute number you're willing to go to and set it in stone. Emotions can run high when you fall in for a place. You've already pictured the Christmas tree in the lounge or your kids running around in the garden, and that's when logic can fly straight out the window. Decide your max, hold yourself to it, and don't let yourself get carried away unless it truly makes sense. And for anyone moving into the area for further afield, I've put together a free relocation guide, which you'll find in the description. It'll help you understand Grantham better and take the stress out of a big move. I've also recently made 2 videos you might find useful. One's about the surprising things family learn when they move to Grantham, and the other is on the best and worst places to live in Grantham. So, where do you pitch your opening offer? A lot of people start around 5 to 10% under the asking price. And while that's a common approach, it's more of a guideline than a rule. What really matters is showing the seller that you're serious. A strong buyer is one with a mortgage agreement in principle, proof of funds in the bank, or no chain. If you're flexible with moving dates, that's another tick in your box. Sellers love certainty. They want to know the person making the offer isn't just enthusiastic, but actually is able to complete the deal. Even if you make your offer verbally, always follow it up in writing. Put it down in black and white and include a short note explaining how you arrived at that figure. That small detail makes you look professional and shows you've really thought it through. It also reassures the seller that your offer isn't just pulled out of thin air. And don't forget, agents are legally obliged to pass every single offer on to the seller. Once you've done your homework, spoken with the agent, set your maximum, and even thought about the survey, you might be wondering what happens next. By the way, if you'd like me to do a full video on the surveys, what to expect, how to interpret them, and how to use them in negotiations, let me know in the comments. So what happens if your first offer still doesn't land? Rejection is part of the journey. If it happens, don't panic. Is it just about the price? Does the seller need a faster move? Or are they worried about your position as a buyer? That kind of feedback is gold because it tells you whether it's worth adjusting your offer, changing your terms, or just holding steady. Now, let's tackle the big one. When should you go above asking price? My advice is simple. Only if there's genuine competition and you truly believe the home is worth it. If multiple offers are flying in and you don't want to miss out, stretching makes sense. But don't just throw extra money at it because you've fallen for a feature or a piece of decor. If no one else is circling, slow things down. Keep the conversation open and never bid against yourself. Let's quickly recap. Do your research, know your absolute maximum, start a little bit below it. Make sure you look like a strong buyer. Always put your offer in writing and only go higher if the competition makes it necessary. Expect rejection as part of the process. Lean on surveys for peace of mind and use trusted contractors to help you get things right once you've moved in. I can help you there too, so just ask. And finally, if you're selling as well as buying, I've created a free seller's guide you can download below. You'll also find the links to book a free online valuation or even pop straight into my diary for an in-person valuation if you'd like to know what your property is worth right now. Drop me a comment if you found this video useful. I reply to everyone. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next video. Keep an eye out for my next one because I'll be talking about what happens once your offer gets accepted. And that's where the real adventure begins. Cheers for now.